And we're live. Yay. So hello everyone. I guess this means we're sharing bandwidth with Netflix because if anybody heard, there's a big fight going on tonight between Mike Tyson and the YouTube guy. And so that's why Darren is not here with us right now. He's out front entertaining company because they want to watch the beatdown. So and as I've told people, look, I'm a YouTuber and I'm rooting for Mike Tyson's. Because if that's what got you started, I don't know. I have more respect for somebody who started with something else and then happens to go on YouTube. But anyway, that's another thing. Glad to see everyone tonight. We're going to be celebrating the follow-up to the Khoiakh Mysteries, which we did for the last couple of weeks. And so now we have kind of a combination of things. We're doing Coronation of the Sacred Falcon and a Hab Sed for Tutankhamun. And of course, the thing with the Hab Sed is that traditionally that was observed by kings on the 30th anniversary of their rule. That was like their Jubilee festival. But not all of them got to live that long, and some of them didn't really celebrate one, we don't have any record of it. Of course, Tutankhamun didn't live long enough to celebrate one, but considering that he is, the most famous pharaoh of them all, he gets to celebrate with us. So, and we know from the Coronation of the Sacred Falcon, which was observed at Edfu, meat offerings were given to Horus as part of this. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to, cook up the steaks in the fridge, but, whenever we do get those will be, we'll be keeping that in mind for Horus. So, oh, I've never been so happy to be out of the loop. Yeah. Okay, Kid Fox says, I can't stay long because I get pressed for depression has hit my house lately. Absolutely. Yeah, and another funny thing I've noticed is that with big sports things like this, it's like a soap opera for dudes because they have and there was an episode of The Simpsons from it was from early on around 1990 or so, and they were actually picking on. There was a big fight that Homer wanted to watch, and he was stealing cable for it. But they're kind of picking on the fight at the beginning because they have the two guys and they're talking with the trainers and talking about one of them is talking about how he turns life around and all this stuff. And it's brilliant because it's picking on the sort of stuff that even today they still do, talking about the life stories of these fighters. It's like a soap opera. So, soap opera for jocks. But we're doing something more fun. So. But absolutely, we'll say some prayers for happiness and health and prosperity and all good things for everyone that's tuning in. So unfortunately, this means we won't get Darren with the cool waters, but we'll get him next time. So. We will be saving some for him. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. This Technute purifies me. Oh, and this is nice and cool. Wish you were here, Darren. Hey, Lantio, you know what you do. We've come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands, purity is within our hearts, and we have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure. Here we are. Oh, yes, and we also have a full moon tonight, and I happened to catch it as I was coming home from running errands, and, it was quite impressive coming up, against the very dusty horizon. So, lots of cool things going on tonight that have nothing to do with Netflix. So. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now, who will be with us in the future, and has joined us in the past. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
We'll light our candle for our patron Pharaoh. You know what? I'm going to use. I don't know one of these down here. And for Sekhmet, who is also honored during this feast. And we ask her to continue to bring healing, protection, and strength to those who need it. And it's especially appropriate. We have, we're lighting and offering an eye of Horus, and we have a full moon out because the moon could be the eye of Horus, full and restored to soundness. Later in time, it became associated with Osiris. And, of course, we celebrated the Osiris Mysteries as the moon was dark but waxing. And so now it's full. Osiris has been restored, and we celebrate his son Horus as king of the living. You arise as in the Aketis Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. And hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Horu of Sekhmet, of Nebuchadnezzar. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunechiru, ye lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness, and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, that casts out his fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oyanachuru, these waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, Oyanachuru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. Oyanachuru, we give to you this eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, Oyanachuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper, and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Horu, O Sekhmet, O Nebuchadnezzar. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. Your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure, pure is Horus, Lord of Edfu, within his house, and Sekhmet the Great within her house, and the Osiris Nebuchadnezzar within his house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra, for Horu, Sekhmet, Nebuchadnezzar, and every place that their immortal cause dwell. There we go. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Horu, Sekhmet, O Nebuchadnezzar. Come to your bodies, O Yunechiru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these, your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Horo, Sekhmet, and Khepra. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. Ora Horketi, and your son, the Osiranisu Nebkapura. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. Oh, oh, okay. I'm just checking the comments and stuff. Save some cool waters in the fridge. Yeah, I accidentally stored some waters that were meant for lustrations in the fridge when we did a ritual at somebody's house. Gosh, like 15 years ago, and I feel sorry for one girl that just like gasped and could barely speak. But the water's on her hands. The poor thing is so cold. But yeah, and Kristen, I can appreciate where you're at, because I mean, I had I had clouds come up when I was trying to catch the eclipse in April, and there have been other things that we wanted to see, and it's like, oh yeah, there are clouds out, and so it just happened to work out for me this time. But it, there will be something cool eventually that you'll get to see. And I see Sarana, I have to leave early, so I'm going to leave this here. Okay. Well, all right. I guess we'll try and pull that, as soon as we can. Blessings to y'all, and thank you. Okay. Well, good night, Kit Fox. Love to the little one, and yeah, I don't. So you have an icon that's an eclipse of the sun. Well, I don't know. You're using the best you can, so I don't think it'll be, a terrible thing. So, oh yeah, and the rain coming back after Khoiakh, definitely. But let's go ahead now that we've given our offerings. Of course, we're going to offer to our blessed dead, and then we're going to do a little bit of something specific, for the reinvestiture of our patron king, and Horus, kind of as by extension, and then we'll get to the cookies and good stuff like that. So, where is it? Here we go. So, from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead. And at Edfu, one of the things that they would do, they would offer to the spirits of the dead as part of this feast as well. So we offer this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. tachen kets kakao of dus and a german. Couldn't have been for a webinar, couldn't have been. Cowan aku punibu, machronibu hiranatra. A voice offering of bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a God lives. The cause of all of our blessed dead, all true voice before the great God. Yes, and bread and beer in unlimited supply. So, not just thousands. But, yeah, whoever was asking about that. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. A Svet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. And I have to confess, I found myself thinking, may we always avoid violence and promote wellness, Netflix notwithstanding. But no. So, okay. Interestingly enough, the very first Kemetic ritual that I ever wrote was a Hab Sed for Tutankhamun way back in 2007. So, here we go. Tell you what, what I'm going to be doing is basically a little bit of an excerpt from the pyramid texts, because there are passages preserved in some of the later pyramids of the corpus of texts from them, including a couple of queens that include it's obviously part of the investiture, for the coronation, because it identifies different crowns and different scepters. And what's interesting is by the Middle Kingdom, they were burying not just kings, but also queens with regalia that was obviously part of a king's attire, because we have from one of the Middle Kingdom princesses a beaded bull's tail and a beaded apron that would have been part of the king's regalia. So it had come to be associated with proper funerary equipment, at least for somebody of high birth. So the little bits that we have, the idea we have of what the coronation might have involved, come from actually some of those funerary texts. So we're going to start with just a little bit of an anointing with water. And I think in order to do this and not just get it, poured all over everything, I'm going to use a little asperger that I made from pine needles. So we will anoint the pharaoh and his ultimate source, Horus, a segment with water. Now let's get that over here. And since this particular statue that I used, this was a gift. Goodness, I think at least 20 years ago by now. And it's him, of course, recreating the ritual of the harpoons from another feast centering around Horus, but he's wearing the red crown. So I've made another part of it to form the combined red and white crowns. So also, Tutankhamun, these are Horus's two eyes, which you should give to either side of your head. Tutankhamun, they will become your two Kas for you. Tutankhamun, they will be atop you as the two great of magic crowns. Lift them unto you as the two great of magic crowns. And of course, Urarkal, the great of magic, that was also a title that Isis was addressed with. By rejoining the crowns of Upper and Lower Egypt, we commemorate you as the Horus strong bull, beautiful of birth, just one of the two ladies who calms the two lands and pleases all the gods. The golden Horus, ruler of Ma'at, who pleases the gods. King of Upper and Lower Egypt, Nebkepnera, son of Ra, Tutankhamun. How good it is, as you are transfigured, O Tutankhamun, among your brothers, the gods. How different it is, O you whom Horus saved. Beware of your limit in the earth. Get dressed in your body and come to these gods. And take this offering, which Geb gives, of all your royal insignia in all your places. And here, I'll turn this so that the camera can see. But yes, that is a crook and flail that I made. The core is copper. And the bands are made with beads. So I save it specifically for the Hab Sed. So there, so you can see them. And I super glued my fingers to each other numerous times, making the bead bands for these. But
oh, they held up well.
Yeah. All right, so we will place these in front of the altar. These are not to be carried by any mortal. Not other than to be presented. So that's why they're not inscribed with any names. And if you think about the coronation of Horus and what they did later in the Ptolemaic era, and that's when we have the records for it, you can imagine the sort of undertones that it could have taken, because there was a point, we know this from the records on the walls at Edfu, that they would bring the falcon out to be crowned, and they would ask, is there anyone, who is fit to wear the crown of Horus? And so you can imagine, and naming people, and then, of course, the answer was always no. And so they would put the crown on, the live bird that embodied Horus. Since we don't have one of those, it's not good to have one of those around here when you have duckies. But that's why we have our statue. And so we will announce that Horus is crowned as Lord of the Living, while his father rules those in Duat. Hail, Duamutef, Lord of the East. Horus is crowned as Lord of Nekhen. Hail, Kemetic, Lord of the West. Horus is crowned Lord of Upper Egypt. Hail, Hapi, Lord of the North. Horus is crowned as Lord of Pe. Hail, Imseti, Lord of the South. Horus is crowned Lord of Lower Egypt. Okay. Set that on top of those. Alrighty. So we have some prayers. We ask. Oh, that's another thing we need to do, because Sekhmet is also invoked during this feast, and the litanies of Sekhmet that we have were actually chanted. What we have of them, it's preserved from the temple records at Edfu, and just as they were chanted at New Year's, they also were chanted during the Coronation feast, because it was sort of like a second New Year's of sorts. So we'll go ahead and read for Sekhmet. And we're going to ask her also to look after Kit Fox and her family, because they're going through a little bit of depression and a tough time right now. A lot of people are having problems with that. I mean, it's getting to be winter time, and seasonal affective disorder. They're, especially the folks up in the higher latitudes, definitely have to contend with that. And so we ask for Sekhmet to shine some of her light upon all of those who need it. Hail, Sekhmet, who presides over the land, Lady of flourishing, generous one, Sekhmet, who protects the two lands. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the first arrow of famine. Hail, Sekhmet, O Kurl, O hidden lady, Wajit the great. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the second arrow of drought. Hail, Sekhmet, who moves in light, who terrifies the gods with her massacre. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the third arrow of war. Hail, Sekhmet, who guides mankind, Lady of the dual shores, mistress of humanity. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fourth arrow of terror. Hail, Sekhmet, great shining one, foremost in the mansion of flame, who terrorizes the two lands with fear. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fifth arrow, storms. Hail, Sekhmet, who loves Ma'at and hates Zizvet. Lady of the people, come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the sixth arrow of oppression. Hail, Sekhmet, Uraeus, who opens the acacia, great and sovereign one, come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the seventh arrow of disease. And of course, the identity that we give the seven arrows, that part is modern, but the rest of it comes from the Edfu texts. And it sometimes you come up with something and it just fits so well, you just go with it. And the more we've read this, especially since 2020, it just fits. So if you will recall, our cookie that we got last week for everyone said, kindness can change the world. Practice it daily. So, and I don't think that was a cookie just for the week. It was, a standing reading from Osiris. But now, we'll bring our table forward and we will pull a cookie for everyone. So this is our oracle from Horus and Sekhmet and our patron pharaoh. It landed neatly in the bowl. And it says, the month of January will be filled with exciting adventures. So, the month of January will be filled with exciting adventures. I tell you what, I had a really awesome adventure this January, and that kind of set a trajectory for the year. I hope this means good things for everyone. One thing I'm hopeful for myself is that one of the film festivals that I've been applying to, submitting my animation to, says, hey, I actually get to, have it, be shown, maybe get an award or something. That would be really cool. Or get somebody to say like, hey, I saw it, But I hope this means good things for everyone. So the month of January will be filled with exciting adventures. And it's funny it's coming from Horus, because remember, his Feast of Victory is at the beginning of January. So he might have some more good things in store for us. And I'm seeing our cookie icons. Oh, goodness. Don't worry about being late. We actually were on time, so. And hi, King Shabib. Blessings, and definitely we're going to read. We need to read something for the full moon, but let's go ahead and get our cookies. And what I'll do is I see the Discord cookies. I'm going to get those last. Oh, a request from Neat. Absolutely. Now the first one that we got. Okay, Sarana had asked for one, so I'm going to go ahead and get hers, and then we'll pick up from there. Okay. So, Sarana, this month, your determination will lead to success. So, Sarana, this month, your determination will lead to success. And hopefully she'll be able to catch that in a little while, if she had to head out. But, I think that's a good message. So, okay, Ashley Spradley from Sekhmet, and then Kristen from Neat, and I'll light a little something for her. So starting with Ashley. And again, I'm skipping the Discord cookies for now. We'll get those at the end of it in case anybody else has to head out early. So Ashley from Sekhmet. Your finances will flourish with wise investments. And I feel like that's a bit of advice saying make wise investments and you'll do well. Your finances will flourish with wise investments. And yeah, let's see. It was Kristen Rebase. So this little wooden LED lamp, the hieroglyphs that I inscribed on it, and that's neat Nashara. So hail unto you, Neat, the great goddess. And because it's has the red and green, which is a popular color combination in a lot of Egyptian fresco art, but it's also perfect for Christmas. So that's originally what I made it for, was to set out on the mantle for Christmas. But since it's dedicated to Neat, we'll light it and ask her for some wisdom for you. Oh, wow. That's actually, you had one that was kind of like hanging on the rim there. Because this is like 2 cookies that got stuck together. You know what? This is the one that was kind of hanging over. So, Kristen, you got some voicemail here. So, here's your first one. Stay focused and determined on this Wednesday, and success will follow. Stay focused and determined on this Wednesday, and success will follow. Now there's one more. Turn off the TV and the computer and exercise your mind with a good book. Yeah, because TVs and computers are kind of antithetical to staying focused. So that might have been part of the message there. But stay focused and determined on this Wednesday, and success will follow. Turn off the TV and the computer and exercise your mind with a good book. So, Kristen, words of wisdom from Neat. So, who's next? Thrilo. And then King Shabib. So, Thrilo. Yes, and if you occasionally hear a little bit of bass, that's coming from out front. Wow. Thrilo, check this out. You had 2 fortunes in 1 cookie. So you got voicemail. And it was in disguise. Wow. Thrilo. Pay attention here. You will be given a leadership role at work. Be open to the surprises that life presents. That's the 2 of them. You will be given a leadership role at work and be open to the surprises that life presents. And remember, good things are coming in January, but I think this is laying the groundwork for it. So, Thrilo? There you go. So, King Shabib music on this lovely full moon night. What have we got for you? Your perseverance will be a key to achieving your goals. Your perseverance will be a key to achieving your goals. So hang in there. And I know you got a fortune the last time about being patient. So that's just reinforcing that message. So be patient and hang in there and keep at it. Don't give up and don't go for the quick and easy path. It's the long road that's going to pay off the most. So Kyle Hinahosa, and then next from B, and then One Eye. And thank you for the super sticker. Okay, yeah, and Sarcastic, I'm going to get yours along with the Discord ones. You bought 2 books and been seriously procrastinating on them. I think Nate wants you to read them. But, okay, so Kyle Hinahosa and then B. So Kyle. Kyle Hinahosa, your dreams will come true in December. Next month. So, Kyle Hinahosa, your dreams will come true in December. Don't give up. All right, now for B. The one who gives should not remember. The one who receives should not forget. So B, the one who gives should not remember. The one who receives should not forget. So if you give freely and with no expectation. If you receive, show gratitude and make the most of it. Okay, so oh wow. That sounds like some great reading. It's all quiet on the Western Front. Wow. Read them all. That sounds great. I need to read those myself. I'll tell you what I did read earlier, and this was from someone's suggestion here. And oh wow, it was spooky how well it anticipated the world that we live in. But The Machine Stops by E.M. Forster. It's a little over 100 years old by now, but it's amazing that, you know, the idea of people shutting themselves in and being connected by the internet. And what really struck me was people thinking, oh, I don't have the time to go and talk to people because I'm so busy with all these things that I do on the internet, you know, or they didn't call it that. But it's like you're in one spot. You're not going anywhere doing anything. What do you mean you don't have time? But it's amazing. And the things that they said in there, you know, I would put that as required reading for high school students, you know. But okay, so we're going with One Eye, and then we're going to skip back and do our Discord cookies. One eye. Exciting adventures are coming soon. Exciting adventures are coming soon. So, sounds like fun. Okay, so now we're going to do our Discord cookies, and if anybody else wants one, of course, if you put that icon up there, it makes it easier for me to see it, because I have to scroll back and forth. But we're going to start with Vera. Let's see, Vera, Wolf, Teso, Mary Wepawet, and Fane Star. Okay, so Vera. For Vera, follow the path of gratitude. It leads to abundance. Follow the path of gratitude. It leads to abundance. So that's for Vera. And I'll make a note of these in case we have to, in case I need to go back for anybody. I promise not to be that professor that goes through a lecture too fast. All right, next was Wolf. Oops. Not trip on things here. For Wolf, your luck will bring you joy and fulfillment in your career. Your luck will bring you joy and fulfillment in your career. So that's for Wolf. And next is Teso. Teso aunts.
It's okay.
Okay, for Teso, a lifetime of harmonious relationships is yours to nurture. A lifetime of harmonious relationships is yours to nurture. Now, I think what that means is it's yours to nurture. Don't assume it's going to come automatically. You're going to have to put some effort into it, especially to maintain the harmonious part. But a lifetime of harmonious relationships is yours to nurture. Okay, that was for Teso. Married Wepawet. The last two jackals. What they have for her. Oh, wow. So she got voicemail. I guess Anapu and Wepawet both had something for her. Yeah, and I know it's terribly late where she's at, so. Okay, her first one. Your attitude is a reflection of your values. Now, the second one for Married Wepawet. Get ready, this is kind of a long one here. Nurture your emotional well-being through self-expression and self-acceptance. So, for Married Wepawet, your attitude is a reflection of your values. Nurture your emotional well-being through self-expression and self-acceptance. Wow, and put together, that's a very powerful message. Nurture your emotional well-being through self-expression and self-acceptance. And I'll make a note on both of these. Married Wet. And last one from the Discord is Feinstar. For Feinstar, stay open to the value of constructive criticism. Stay open to the value of constructive criticism. And of course, it's worth pointing out that there's a difference between constructive criticism and not. Constructive criticism, and this is something that we learned about, I can remember like learning to write essays and how to critique people and things like that. And in order to give constructive criticism, you have to point out what's good, not just, oh, that sucks. And when something isn't good, explain why, but don't do it in an insulting manner. Just, stick to the facts. So, and that's true with people too. If people are going to give you constructive criticism, then, here, stay open to it. So stay open to the value of constructive criticism. That is for Feinstar. If I don't put that on. And lastly, for Sarcastic. Yeah, I keep hearing that they're getting like some atmospheric rivers up there in the northwest. Now, does it get as far as inland as where you're at, or is that mostly on the coast? But Sarcastic, your family will bring you joy and support in April. Your family will bring you joy and support in April. And I hope that means good tidings. But, okay. Yes, I had to read Fahrenheit 451 as a freshman in high school as well. Yeah, and I bet you that actual robot dog. And of course, here's the funny thing: I was reading Fahrenheit 451. Let's see, this would have been in 1991 that we read it, and we were seeing, the parts of it that were starting to become reality way back then, and it's only gotten more so now. And it's funny to think, how prophetic, good science fiction can be sometimes. Can only hope that the stuff I write at least, gives somebody a good message. But let's see. Yeah, and I know the robo-dogs are talking about, I can't remember the name of it, but those things look really creepy. I saw those things and it's like, crank up the Terminator theme here. But actually, I recently got my Reiki certification. Oh, that's awesome. Second Reiki. Huh. And it's funny. I ended up going to something at the local metaphysical shop this week, and it was a meditative drum session. I really had no idea what to expect. I kind of wanted to see, what kind of people go to these, what kind of feel out what the local scene for things like that is like. And a lot of interesting things, but it was quite something to be able to feel Set's voice through the drum, because and I couldn't even begin to go into some of the things that I experienced there. But one of the things that I noticed was, wow, I wasn't expecting that. But the thunders, the vibrations from the drum at one point, it's like I could feel Set coming through it. Even though this was styled more on Native American traditions, and they used smudge and tobacco and things like that beforehand. But yeah, they'll if they have a channel, they will come through and they will tell you something. I tried putting fur on the robodogs, it didn't help. Yeah, did you see the one where they let it into a cheetah pen, and the cheetahs wanted nothing to do with it? Okay. Anyway, so if there's any other requests for fortunes or for prayers or things like that, then go ahead and put those up there. As Darren likes to say, in the last call for wisdom, y'all, because I know they're going to be getting ready for the big event. I think they wanted me out there for that. So that, and I haven't fed them dinner yet, so I need to feed them. I'll tell you what, one thing that I did get inspired to write, and I'll share it, because while it is by no means a requirement, that you avoid pork, because traditionally, anytime you were observing something for the triad of Abydos, being Osiris, Isis, and Horus, pork was taboo. But especially with some cuisines, that's very difficult to do. Cajun food being one of them. So I wrote this little prayer for any time when pork is on the menu. Hail, O Osir! Hail, O Horu! May this pork, which I am about to consume, become indeed the hearts of your wicked foes. May their defeat become your triumph, O Yunuchuru. May their hearts become my nourishment, so that I may serve you, O Yunuchuru. Inenma. And a prayer for everyone. O Yunuchuru. May you grant life, prosperity, and health, alertness, favors, and affection. May our eyes see you every day as ones righteous who set you in our hearts. Supply our needs of bread and drink. Guard our mouths in speaking. Come to us and give us counsel. Make us heedful of your wisdom. When one appeals to you, you come from afar. Lend your ears to the lonely and the poor. May you give breath to those who are wretched, and bread to those who have none. Guardians of the weak, may you set the oppressed free, and let your blessings surpass all wealth. Okay, well, there we go. There's sistrums and insignia presented before the gods. Well, I'll just hang on to that. Hang on. Oh yeah. With the, I'm seeing what you're saying about be careful with the cultural appropriation. Yeah, that was something that I noticed there, and I thought it was. It's obvious that the dude who was doing it knew what he was doing, so somebody who also knew what they were doing taught him. But it is kind of weird when you're like, okay, they're not Native American, but what they're doing is, and so yeah, that was very much an evidence, and I really, like I said, I didn't know what to expect, so I come to that, and I'm like, okay. um, oh, so white sage has been over harvested. Hmm. Um, huh. Um, but yeah, that's something. I can't do that. For substitute tips. Oh, neat. But okay, Zabalin asked for prayers for my family's health. Absolutely. Will we ask Mama Sekhmet if she may bring life, well-being, and health to Zabalin and to your family, and may the gods place their arms of blessing and protection around all of you. So let's go ahead and make our offerings endure. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Newt in the Shrine of Shanit in Unu endures. As the name of Oser, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in Nicheru endures. As the name of Sutak in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Jehuti in Khmenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. Yes, and we can't forget Jehuti because, it's his night. Jehuti and Khonsu both, it being a full moon. So we offer them praise and, give our appreciation, for, this point in the lunar month. Okay. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Horu, Sekhmet, Nebkepru. You've come in peace, O Yunechuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Horu, Sekhmet, Nebkepru. May you go forth in peace, O Yunechuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. There we go. All right. Well, good night and happy reading, Kristen. And thank you, everyone. Yeah, I know we've, actually managed to keep it, only a little after an hour on this one. But thank you so much for joining us. You guys have a great week ahead. And come see us next Friday.
Next cat time.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And because seeing Orion along with the moon, and for those that are able to, because again, some folks might be having cloud cover, but apparently there is another meteor shower that is supposed to peak this weekend, the Leonids, and of course they're named for the constellation that they appear to be coming out of. So I like using. I think what I've got is Google. Is it Google Sky? Let me. Hold on, I'm going to check on my phone real quick. Yeah, I think it's it's Sky Map, which is reasonably good. But yeah, if you can get an app for your phone, that can help you find constellations and things. There we go. If you get a chance, of course, give your eyes a chance to adjust, because staring at a screen and then staring up at the sky, you're going to have to adjust, or switch the app to, a low light feature, so that you can spot things, in the night sky. So. Okay, and so yeah, definitely share that Montu book once you find it. But thank you guys so much, and everybody have a good week.
Take care, everyone.
Yeah.